So we're using sap green and ultramarine violet to darken the sap green a bit. We don't want it to be too dark. Ultramarine violet will give us a good, nice, beautiful green, dark green, but it's not strong. It's not like almost black. I don't want that. We don't want that. That's enough. It's going to dry darker. I'm using a flat brush, which is number 4 or bright number 4, not too big, because what I'm trying to do right now is actually just with the corner of the brush, just kind of dab your brush around to fill some of these areas. We're going to highlight this eventually. Some areas are going to be highlighted. I'm just looking at what I have there in the reference. And when I come to an area where I see the wall, with the corner of my brush, I'm going to dab, but not heavy dabbing, you know, it's just not completely like I'm doing here. I'm not covering, I'm leaving some of that yellow showing through. Again, if your brush is too big and you're finding that when you dab, it's giving you a harsh, big you know, a brush. If you can't control your brush in that way, that when you get to that small area, you can't get the pattern you want, change it, make it smaller, use a smaller brush. So what I'm trying to do now is, like, as soon as I get to a place where I want to see, with the corner of my brush, I dab slowly and small, really small brush strokes. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to load my brush and then take again, slowly, turn it. I'm really not trying to make it look like a leaf, but it's just a suggestion of a leaf. What I'm trying to do is keep an eye on this movement, a shape of the leaves I'm putting in there. Inside, we'll just dab. You know, if I want later on, I can add the color of the wall in between if I find that it needs it. Open up the green. I'm not following exact shape of the tree in the reference. As long as it looks nice and I have a nice organic form, I'm good. This tree is going to make a big difference.
Should be covering the whole the background, the base paint though, right? We don't see the background color.
No, we don't see the purple.
Mm-hmm.
If you know, if there's a bit purple showing like here, it's okay, because there's another layer coming, right? Where we're going to highlight and we're going to put the purple or pink flowers. So if you see a bit of that, that's okay. You don't have to cover it completely. It doesn't have to go, you know, it's nice to see that purple a bit.
Okay.
Okay, so it goes out here. And of course, there's like purple in there, or pink, I should say. But the shape of the tree have to be, you know, keep an eye on that shape, general shape. So it's kind of in here, out a bit, in again, out again. You don't want to have like a line in there where everything ends at the same level. So this tree now where I am painting here, it goes out around the frame of the door. There. This is where the pink is going to go to, over that. So after we put this tree, we paint the tree actually, and highlight it. All of this dabbing of, you know, the sun dabs are going to make sense. And you'll see that will look really good. I took a picture in when we were in the Gothic area of a store that had in the window, really nice little store, had hats and fans. You know, those beautiful Spanish fans. So I thought this would be a nice project for us to do. I like how they combine in there the old architecture with the new clothing stores, or you know, like Gucci and all these Chanel stores. But the building is old. Trying to fluff it up in this area here, down here, just kind of a couple of floating. There we go again, the rain.
Just went through here a few seconds before you said that.
It looks really heavy and dense right now, the tree, but once you start highlighting, we'll shape it up a bit more. It will look nicer. Once we start putting the highlighted areas or highlighted leaves. I can open up the tree, the wall here if I want later on. You know, when we put the pink, we'll see where we want to open up. If it's too dark, if it's too heavy in certain areas, we can open up. We can open it up. So I'm not really concerned about that right now. I just want to put the first layer and take it from here. Again, I'm going to fluff up a bit the edges because I don't like it when it's heavy and closed up. All right, that's good. Okay, so we have cadmium red medium and alizarin crimson. I'm going to mix them together because I find that mixing these two colors together to make a pink, it really gives me a very nice, bright, not very bright, but a nice pink, not too dull and not too bright when I add white to it. Okay, so now I'm just mixing these two colors together. Again, with the corner of my brush. Now I'm going to start dabbing. And we're not going to see it that much right now because it's dark. Actually, we can put some white. We don't have to go that dark. Let's add some white. It doesn't have to be this dark. Oh, there you go. That's really a good color. Nice. Nice. Okay. Let's dab. Now, in this area, there's a lot of fluffiness in the flowers. Little ones here and there. This pink is really nice against the blue that we have in the background and the yellow, of course. Now, if I overdo it in certain areas, I can go back and add some, when I start highlighting the leaves, I can add a bit of highlighted green. Okay. Little ones here, not as heavy, really kind of soft dabbing right there. And now I'm gonna come here and we have a bunch. In the whole painting, the reference is all about this tree. I'm going to leave a bit of an area where there's nothing, no pink. And then I'm going to come here and try to follow a bit the reference, just a bit. We're going to add a bit more highlights, this pink. That's not the color, final color.
Mine's looking quite red.
To put some alizarin crimson, more alizarin
Oh,
crimson.
more alizarin, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought, okay.
Mind you, sometimes you think it's red, but it's pink. It looks like it's red.
Yeah.
Let's see, keep this down here, you know, kind of not work on that one for a minute and continue here where there's light. Because we need to darken the red down here. And again, you know, I can reshape all of this pink once I start putting the highlighted green. We're almost there. I'm going to go put a bit more alizarin crimson at this point in the same mixture. My mixture has a bit of white, so I'm adding a bit of alizarin crimson in there. That will kind of make it darker, make the pink darker, but not too dark, not to a point where it doesn't, you can't see it. Alizarin crimson is a transparent color, so if you apply it over a dark background, it will go really dark. See, all of a sudden, this tree is taking over the whole painting. Okay, so now we're going to use cadmium yellow light. Add it to the green, sap green, and ultramarine violet. Don't put too much ultramarine violet in your sap green at this point, just a bit. And then add cadmium yellow light to highlight the green, make it nice and bright. And I'm going to come here with the corner of my brush and just put a couple of dabs here. Couple right there. We're not going to see this too much in there, but that's okay. I might go in later on and put add a bit of white to my greens, maybe. All right. Now I'm going to make sure that I am highlighting where I see a bright color in there, bright leaves. So this part here is catching the sun higher up. More sun in here. Okay, and then I'm gonna go. So I'm dabbing with the corner of my brush. Oops, have to be careful here. And I have to be careful how my brush stroke looks as well. So if I'm dabbing in the same direction all the time, I'm going to get the same brush stroke pattern. So I usually try to move my brush around. Okay. Right, and then over here, I see a lot more highlighted green. A bit of highlighted green here in between the pink, because we're going to highlight the pink as well. And this is where this highlight against the dark green in the background is going to make it look like some part of this tree is highlighted more, and that's what's going to give it that 3D. So usually I do a medium tone, dark, medium, and light. And this time what I did is, this is the medium, because it's so sunny. this tree is so bright. I have room for one more layer of lighter green. But for now, this is my medium tone. Some of these highlights are, or leaves are really tiny, and some of them are large. Now this area here, we have a heavy concentration of greens highlighted, really light green in there. It will look much better with the when the pink is highlighted. Now I have to keep an eye on the highlighted green in there, the light green in there, in here, because I don't want to bring that green all the way down to here. If there's a green in there, it will be like this. If there's a green, it'll be like a couple of little ones, little dabs of green, light green. Okay, and then I'm going to go back and make sure that this is really where the light green is. Okay. All right. Make sure that we don't lose the dark greens that we have in the back. Although, I mean, if you look at the reference, you can see that the green is everywhere. I mean, the light green, but in different sizes. Some of them are big, some of them are small, some of them are like little kind of dots here and there, like that. And some of them are like bunched, strong. Of course, in where the pink is, there is a bit of green as well. In between, in them, in there, which we are going to, I'm sure we're going to do some more green, light green, once we highlight the pink. I'm going to do a bit more. All right. I'll grab a touch of white and add it, and yellow, and add that white and yellow to the green. See how light it is right now? It's kind of really bright. And I'm going to come here, and over the highlighted green, I'm going to add more. See, that's my third layer of highlights. But I'm putting this, and I'm making sure I can still see some of the medium tone. See that before, this looked like it's medium. Like it looks actually like it's this layer here. It looked like it's the bright one, but it's not. It's the medium. Now I'm putting the bright. And you know, that will bring the tree, the branches forward. And it gives us a 3D. Kind of effect. See, there's a bit here. This is catching a lot more sun in here, in this area. It's really the size of those dabs and not only the size, it's the direction of your brush stroke. Size and direction. Acrylic dries darker, so I have to keep adjusting my highlight. Okay, so I added more white to the alizarin crimson and the cadmium red medium, a lot more white than before. And I'm going to come here and highlight the tree, the flowers. Again, it's the same idea. Some of them are highlighted more than other areas. You know what? This is a bit too dull right now. I'm going to add a bit more white, red. Yeah, it's too dull. Oh, that's better. Much better. It's amazing how dark acrylic dries. It dries really, really dark. You know, I have to put more attention, pay more attention to this. Look at this. This is just because I'm highlighting with a warm color. I could see there's like a line in here, right there. So I need to fix this. And I think I need to put some green in there and not pink in this area here. Or just kind of push it back with the yellow and the blue of the door and reshape it, because this is really not nice the way it is right now. It's just too much. I'll go back to it. And now, because I'm highlighting the pink, I can see that I have a bit too much pink in here. So I'm going to use some green to adjust the shape. And we'll be good. Yeah. All right. All right. All right, let's before I do anything, let's go back. I'm gonna go back to the greens. Okay. Mid-tone, it doesn't have to be strong. And I'm just gonna cover some of this, doesn't have to be dark. I'm gonna cover up a couple of those, strong, or, pink that I have in there. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, let's see. Over here, again, redo this. Now, let's see if I can get away with it with just putting pink, green in here. If not, I have to go with the color of, the door and the wall and get rid of that green. I think it works. Yeah, it's okay. That works. That worked. It just got rid of that line I had before. I mean, this tree has a lot of pink in it, but not as much as green. Green is much more than pink. Just open up a bit of that. The pinks that I have, open them up a bit with some green in there. And that will soften the strong pink in there. Okay. I have to constantly pay attention to the shape I'm getting, because when we're painting, we're just painting, we're just dabbing and painting, and sometimes we get carried away. And then all of a sudden, we have funny shapes. So we have to keep going back and adjusting. Right. I think all in all, it's not bad. It's a good. What I might do is take some yellow ochre and ultramarine violet and go in here and open up the tree a bit here. Put the wall color in between. This is kind of heavy in here, too heavy. So I would go in and introduce the color of the wall again in certain areas. think we're good. Yeah, looks good.
Did you add white to make that pinker, soft pink?
This pink in here? Yeah. White.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
So I'm using yellow ochre and a bit of ultramarine violet in it and white. Not too much, just a bit. And I'm going to come here and open up the wall, open up the tree, sorry, the tree, and just show a bit more wall in there. Now, I am doing this a bit too early because the green is not completely dry. And I can see that it's mixing a bit with the color of the wall. It's better if I wait for it to dry. And then I do this. Darken a bit, a little bit more. Ah, that's good. So when I do something like this, I go back. I go back and take some green and just go over a bit where I did open. So it doesn't look weird. This way, I put back some little leaves over a couple of. So just the tree looks a little bit more, not heavy here, lighter on this side.